Hi, I'm Dr. Steve Perlstein, and this is Dr. Robert Jones. This past session that began in January 2011, we introduced another bill. Why don't you tell us about that?
Well, as we've gone through the process of these three bills now, and almost, like you said earlier in the video, about 6 years of deciding of where we want to go legislatively with the scope of practice issues with chiropractic. And we do feel that primary care needs to be addressed. You know, within our state here, we have 1,200 deficit of primary care physicians, and chiropractic has the education and has the ability to integrate with the other professions and provide very good primary care. So I think we felt with this new piece of legislation we needed to address that. And that certainly was the template that created some concerns from our profession and from other professions.
The bill actually started out as being a way to address the primary care issue. We wanted to expand some of the formulary to move into the primary care arena. We've recognized that extensive education was required, and whereas initially we set out to designate our board as the one that would decide the education as well as the formulary, with extensive discussions with the medical society, the medical board, pharmacy association. During the session, and we created a educational program that better addressed primary care. And
we did research the other allied professions that were doing primary care, like the nurse practitioners and the PAs. And so our education already as a chiropractor pretty well fills the didactic equation of all those. But there was issues of concerns of integration and clinical hours and actually focusing on some didactic education along the pharmaceutical route that we definitely had to address.
Right. Basically what happened was we introduced the bill, and in the legislative process in New Mexico is you go through two committees in the House, possibly you go through three, but we went through two. We got past two committees in the House. We got passed on the House floor, unanimous. Well, not unanimous, it was quite a majority. We got past the first committee in the Senate, and the second committee is where we stalled. We didn't make it through. There was opposition from the medical profession, pharmacy board, and there was also opposition from within our own profession. We didn't make it past that first committee, so we didn't get to the Senate floor, and the bill stalled out.
And I know when we first submitted this bill, the portion that had to do with the primary care, what formulary can be derived or allowed for the chiropractors to use, was about a paragraph long.
Yes.
And that really mirrored the nurse practitioners and some of the other professions here. We felt that, you know, we shouldn't be more regulated or over-regulated than any other profession who was doing this. The bill ended up, after the negotiating with the medical board and the medical society, with the Speaker of the House working as a mediator, it became pages and pages, I think 11 pages worth of language that had to do with education and supervision, provisional licenses, to be a very comprehensive safety net for our profession going into this realm of practice. And I think that was very difficult to understand, that process, how everything changed so quickly and changed so fast that our profession, along with other professions who are watching us, missed a lot of that. And I think there's a lot of misinformation that was put out there because they didn't understand the process that it went through and to what length that we were trying to accommodate all of the concerned parties. You want to comment on that?
Yeah, I wanted to say, when you were talking, I was thinking that in 2008 we introduced a bill and got it passed into law. In 2009 we introduced a bill and got it passed into law. This is totally unprecedented. Usually bills of this nature take several years for them to get past all of the problems that come up and to get them turned into law. So it's really not unusual, and it's actually quite acceptable in a sense that we introduced the bill in 2011 and it didn't make it through. What's quite remarkable is that it almost made it through. When
Right.
we introduce it again, it will make it through.